Lil Tay, the internet's favourite 9-year-old, she is back, and this time, she's been on the news. Hello everyone, how you doing? And welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a fantastic day. And today, as you probably guessed it, we're going to be talking about a certain 9-year-old. A 9-year-old who is much more successful than I'll ever be. So recently, I have spoken about Lil Tay quite a lot, and I've been called, you know, an SJW, a cuck, a cunt, for my views on the whole Lil Tay situation, because I personally believe that Lil Tay is being exploited by her mother, her brother, and pretty much anyone involved in this situation. I think it's completely fucked up that a 9-year-old is doing this shit.
Message to all y'all broke ass haters, y'all ain't doing it like Lil Tay.
In my mind, there is no justification for making a 9-year-old say certain things such as the N-word and going around and doing the sort of things that Lil Tay is. No matter what money she's bringing in, how much money she's earning for her parents, I don't think there are any justifications in this entire situation. I mean, can you imagine if some fucking idiot who didn't know who Lil Tay was or saw her on the internet and thought, ooh, she said the N-word. She's a racist. Can you imagine a situation that could happen from that if somebody with no fucking brain cells went up to her? It's putting Lil Tay as herself at risk. But I do believe the whole Lil Tay thing is finally coming towards an end, as recently she has been coming out of her shell. Last week we saw a video get leaked of where she appeared to be being told what to do and say by her brother in her videos. And in this video she just appeared to be a normal 9-year-old girl. I mean, what a shocker.
Money way, bitch. You can't tell me shit. I got 100 on my wrist.
Lil Tay money way, bitch.
No. Lil Tay money way, bitch.
Okay. Lil Tay money way, bitch. You can't tell me shit. I got 100,000 on my wrist.
She's a normal 9-year-old girl. Who would have guessed that? Huh? Who would have guessed this whole thing is bullshit? I mean, you have to be pretty fucking stupid to think this is real. But recently, she did what all upcoming YouTube stars, internet celebrities get up to. She went on the mainstream news.
These images will live on and follow you for the rest of your life.
And you know, it went as well as it could have. A 9-year-old girl who's known for saying the N-word going on mainstream news. Yeah, that's gonna go down well. Because Good Morning America, the company that pretty much fucking hates Fortnite, pretty much hates anything that happens on the internet, they came into the fold with Lil Tay and invited her on to their show. You know, what a fantastic thing to do. Give this 9-year-old girl who's clearly been exploited a platform. Well done. Well done, Good Morning America. You did great. There's nothing better than two middle-aged reporters talking to some 9-year-old girl about something they clearly don't give a fuck about. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's get into this mess of an interview.
And we turn now to the controversial social media star Lil Tay. Just 9 years old, she and her mom are drawing fire for the outrageous behavior posted online. Nightline's Juju Chang sat down with both of them in LA. And Juju, boy, this mom has a lot to answer for.
Absolutely, George. Good morning to you. You know, Lil Tay is a 9-year-old.
At this point, I genuinely believe the reporters are probably sitting there thinking, how the fuck has my life lowered to this? I studied for years to be a news reporter. I did a master's in media. I have a PhD in business. And now my job is sitting down with a 9-year-old girl who's got way more money than me. But don't worry, my friend, I completely relate to you. I recently have gained a degree, and I'm sat here talking about the exact same thing as you. But the difference is between me and these news reporters is that I actually have somewhat of an understanding of what goes on the internet. I don't just go up to things on the internet and be like, oh yeah, I'm a middle-aged man, I'm hip, I'm cool, please accept me, internet home dog. I mean, maybe I'm overreacting, maybe I'm just being a bit of a bellend like I usually am, but please don't strike me, YouTube.
9-year-old who told me she's come here to Hollywood to pursue her dreams of being a social media star. Now, child stardom is nothing new, but her act involves cursing up a storm and even pretending to do drugs.
You see, this is what I don't like about the media. They have this moral high ground about everything, but when it comes to Lil Tay and a bit of exposure for their news channel because somebody big from the internet's coming on, that just goes completely out the window. Now, I do understand the drugs jokes. Yeah, they're funny. I mean, she's smoking a fucking carrot. Yeah, funny meme.
You already know what it is.
Yeah, it's funny, but she's being exploited, and Good Morning America are doing nothing to help that in this situation. They're just doing what they thought best in a way to get in with, you know, the YouTube bunch, the cool kids. Yeah, we're cool. We're from Good Morning America. Please accept us. Our news channel's dying. Please. You could tell that 5 middle-aged men are just sat in some fucking office and they're thinking to themselves, how can we replicate PewDiePie's views? I know. We'll let a 9-year-old girl come on our show and we won't report any fucking real news. But anyway, let's get back into this. And credit where it's due, Good Morning America did highlight that people are saying this thing of Lil Tay could be exploitation and abuse. But don't worry, lads. Don't worry, because, you know, Lil Tay said it's cool, it's fine.
To do drugs. It's raising alarm bells about good parenting. Is it exploitation? Is it borderline abusive? I spoke with Lil Tay, who says it's all her idea.
You know, personally, lads, I wouldn't trust the girl who has a history of being told what to do on camera. She was literally exposed for trying to be a normal 9-year-old girl. Yes, that's what we've got to at this point on YouTube. We're being exposed for trying to be normal, whilst her brother basically made her say things.
She's the 9-year-old whose outrageous stunts and foul-mouthed bragging about luxury homes and cars she claims to own.
And now we be living in the hills. See that view? Y'all don't have that view. And I be holding your mama's ranch.
Who's getting tons of notoriety and a whopping 2 million followers on Instagram.
You're like a legit fan of
A legit fan.
Honestly, this is the saddest shit I've ever seen. It's a full-on report about a girl that basically goes round and says, I've got more money than you. How can people be genuine fans of that? Like, no disrespect to Lil Tay as a person, but where's the comedy? Where's the humour? What are we meant to laugh at? What are these millions of people laughing at with Lil Tay? Are they laughing at her or are they laughing with her? Obviously, I'm never going to roast a 9-year-old girl. That goes against my personal morals. But I'm allowed to roast other people, such as her mum and her brother who are blatantly fucking exploiting her. These people are fucking snakes. These people are fucking lizards.
These people are not freaking humans, okay?
Little Tay's mum
is a goddamn demon.
Just sat there, you know, drenching everything they can from their 9-year-old daughter. You know, they don't care if she says the N-word. They don't care if they're making her daughter look like a fucking idiot on the internet. It's just, as long as they get that money, who gives a fuck? Do her 9-year-old fans just sub to anyone who basically says, oh yeah, I've got money, I've got a fair bit of money, I've just, you know, graduated with uni, I've got about 50 grand in debt, but my credit rating's not that bad. Subscribe. Do I have to really run around in people's cars that aren't my own car and say, yeah, I own a Vauxhall Corsa? Yeah, because if I have to get subscribers, I'll fucking do it. I really will do it. But anyway, getting back into the interview, they do actually sit down with Lil Tay and have a discussion.
How would you respond to critics who would say, oh, you're just going to try to profit off your daughter now?
No one's forcing me to do this. That's not true that she wants to make money off of me.
Do I really have to play old clips? I mean, for fuck's sake, just roll them.
This shit was 500 and this shit...
Why are you saying 500? That's obviously more than $2,000.
Stop reporting my videos. I have a dream. I'm trying to make my mom proud. Like, y'all are here hating on me. You have a family.
Lads, she's 9 years old. She's obviously gonna deny her mum exploiting her. She probably doesn't even know the fucking definition of exploitation. Use your brain, use that little fucking peanut up there and understand that she's being exploited. And if you don't believe it at this point, I genuinely feel sorry for you, because there's a good chance you can't add 2 and 2. There's a good chance you don't know the alphabet. There's a good chance that you're just in general a fucking moron.
You're just going to try to profit off your daughter now.
No one's forcing me to do this. That's not true that she wants to make money off of me.
And what about those homes she claims to own? GMA talked to Mom Angie's former boss at a Vancouver real estate firm, who told us Lil Tay filmed using his car and some of his properties for sale, all without his approval.
I didn't shoot in anyone else's house.
You didn't shoot in anyone else's house? Just like...
No one has proof that I did.
The proof is the houses used in the videos are owned by a real estate company that your mum worked for and was eventually fired by. I feel bad for criticizing her, like I genuinely do, but it's really fucking sad. Like, it's genuinely sad to see her just want to make her mum happy, but just go to the fucking wildest of lengths to do that.
This is my decision. I'm happy with that I did.
And who's behind the shocking content on Lil Tay's social media accounts?
My mom doesn't run social media.
Now, some of you at this point may be wondering, why will this interview ruin Lil Tay's career? Well, there is something I have noticed about this interview. She's not screaming and shouting and raving about the fact she's got clout. I fucking hate the word clout. She's not saying she's better than anyone. She's not bragging about her cars, her properties, her money. She's just being herself, a normal 9-year-old girl. People for the first time are now going to see Lil Tay intentionally coming out of this act, and they're going to probably think to themselves, whoa, she's not this crazy rapper 9-year-old girl that says the N-word and smokes carrots. Oh, who'd have thought? are. Because that's the mentality a lot of people on Twitter and Instagram have. They don't have the intellect to understand that Lil Tay is fake. Congratulations, by the way, if you have come to the understanding and decision that Lil Tay is fake and she's being exploited. If you've come to that point, congrats. You now are a normal functioning human being.
We spent time with Lil Tay and her family 6 weeks after they moved from Canada to Hollywood.
I'm gonna have my name on one of these stars one day.
We were surprised to find a precocious, soft-spoken 9-year-old.
Why were you surprised? Is the mainstream media that dense they genuinely believe a 9-year-old girl owns a fucking Lamborghini? She's not Kylie Jenner or Kendall Jenner. She's just some random 9-year-old. I honestly don't know what goes through the mainstream media's mind at this point, or the reporters they have. How many 9-year-old girls do you know that fucking do this thing? I mean, fucking hell, it's so obvious that this shit isn't real. I've said it a million times. I'm losing my mind. I'm going mental. I genuinely am going crazy at the fact that I have to keep repeating the point that this isn't real. How many times are they gonna fucking fall for this shit? But after all this, Lil Tay's mum finally says something, and I don't like this woman one bit, but let's hear her piece.
She is a well-mannered and a great kid.
But that's not what comes across on the internet.
People think it's like funny, I guess, because I'm 9 years old and I've accomplished so much.
I don't think a lot of people are believing that you're making millions of dollars.
I mean, wow, the reporter actually said something fucking intelligent for once. I mean, fucking hell, we're making progress. But no, Lil Tay's mum specifically looks a bit robotic. She just doesn't want to be there, probably because she's thinking, well, I'm losing a bit of time here, a little time to work out how much more I can exploit my daughter. No good mother or general good person in the world would make a 9-year-old girl do what Lil Tay's doing, no matter what money she's bringing in. Because yes, right now, Lil Tay is very successful. She's very popular, one of the most popular people on the internet. But eventually, she will fade into the depths of the internet, into obscurity, and everyone will forget about her in about a year or 2 years' time. But her videos will not be forgotten. Her future employers will see these videos. Her future college will see these videos. Her future college, school, primary school, all her buddies will see these videos, and it will result in consequences. People may think she's a genuine racist. People may think she's a fucking nut job. And in general, in terms of the mental health perspective, on the long term, all this fame because of something you're doing bad for a 9-year-old girl is probably going to affect her massively. It's not hard to understand, is it, lads? I mean, we just really need to understand the repercussions that this situation could actually bring in the future. And now, in this interview, if you're wondering, where's her brother? Well, he does get a little line.
Accusing her 16-year-old brother of coaching her.
A lot of people are going to say this and that. We just keep going.
Yes, that is a fantastic way of deflecting criticism of exploiting your sister. Well done, mate. You've completely voided it all. Now, no longer anyone thinks you're exploiting her. We all just think you're exploiting her and you're a bell end. I truly despise this bloke and his mum. There is absolutely no empathy shown from them whatsoever. Because as long as they get the big bucks, you know, the money comes in, the bills are being paid, the Lamborghinis are in, the properties are in, they don't give a fuck about their little sister. They don't care if this is affecting her. They just want that money. But what really does confuse me towards the end of this interview is that Lil Tay switches from her normal 9-year-old girl self to Lil Tay.
As for her schooling,
I'm a Harvard dropout.
What city is Harvard in?
I kind of forgot because I haven't been there in a long time.
It's like she only just clocked that she isn't in her Lil Tay persona and she's, you know, being her normal human self, and she thought, oh fuck, I've got to quickly get back them subs, come back, please, I really do have a Lamborghini, I do have $1 million, I'm richer than you, but I'll say the M-word. I'll say it if I have to. And this just makes it worse. This just makes more evidence going towards the fact that she will lose her career from all of this. Because people for the first time will finally come to an understanding that this is fake. This is not a real perception of who she is. And to me and you as the viewer, we both knew that this was fake. We all knew that this whole Lil Tay persona bullshit wasn't real. And it really fucking stresses me that other people can't understand that. I have had to put a hat on because I'm sweating out from stress of making this video. And now, to be fair, the news company do go on to show Lil Tay the video of her crying from a few months ago, and the response was typical.
All y'all haters, like, I'm trying to make my mom proud.
You don't look very happy.
I mean, that was before, like, now I'm happier than before.
She doesn't even deny the exploitation. She just says, well, she's no longer sad. Just because she's sad doesn't mean the facts aren't real. She said in that specific video that she just wants to make her mother proud. This means it's so easy for her mum to manipulate her. And now we are coming towards the end of the video, and they were questioned about the online hate and the online bullying, and the response was pretty fucking robotic.
What's your reaction to all of the haters who are basically online bullying your daughter?
We choose just not ignore them. She has a passion and a dream.
It's a generic response, yeah, but it's probably the best response. I mean, can you imagine if Lil Tay just starts fucking roasting Paracynical? I mean, what a mess that will be. It'll be like LT Corbis 2.0. And her mum didn't really say anything else other than that, but I just think this whole situation is completely fucked. But right at the end of the interview, there was something that actually made me laugh, and yeah, I laughed at something on television. I know, it's mental.
And Juju, I'm glad you pressed her in those questions as well. I got to tell you, I took a lot of heat at home last night from my girls for even giving Lil Tay a platform because they say that what she does online is just inappropriate.
I love that these dudes' children are more fucking intellectual than he is. I mean, well done, mate. You've proved your children right. You've given her a bigger platform, you brought her into the mainstream, and now more people are going to be talking about her. So you're a fucking idiot. Just stop giving her this platform to give her some more attention. I do feel bad for giving Lil Tay a platform on this channel, but at this point, everyone on YouTube and Instagram acknowledges of who Lil Tay is. But now, Good Morning America are giving the platform to extend to fucking 60-year-olds in old people's homes. You're gonna get fucking Deborah, 70 years old, slurping her tea, and she's like, ooh, Lil Tay. Well, she smokes carrots. So this is the beginning of the end. This is where it all goes downhill. They're being forced to come into these interviews and justify their actions. They're being called out on their exploitation, even somewhat by the media. This is the end for Lil Tay and her mum. Thank fuck. With Lil Tay flip-flopping between her personas, I don't think there's a way they can keep up with this, and these interviews will show normies and people that don't really have a brain cell or a peanut or an onion in their brain, whatever you want to call it, to clarify that these two things are real and fake. They just think it's one thing, but these interviews will finally give these people some proof and evidence that this shit isn't real. Now that is the end of the video. I would really appreciate if you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section below because it's an interesting topic to me. I'm genuinely kind of disheartened to see this happen to a 9-year-old girl. And if you want to let me know your thoughts on Twitter at iNabber TV, you can go ahead and tweet me or DM me. And if you want to follow me on Instagram at iNabber, go ahead. We're not quite Lil Tay. We don't have many Lamborghinis. We don't have any money because, you know, YouTube monetization. But yeah, if you want to follow me over there, all links are in the description. But before I end the video, I would like to thank my Patreons. Big thanks to Leslie, Lily, Charm, Scott, Bug About Your Cubes, and Ruby, Amy, hosted Devin, Michelle, Quack, Mary, Dunk, Dino, Laura, Sophie, Joe, Anna, Milo, Cyber, Rochelle, Anya, Billy, Zombie, Saza, Good Pastor Rob, 05, Majestic Rockstar. Thank you so much for pledging to the Patreon. It genuinely means the world. And I will see you guys tomorrow.